Yes.
Okay. Um, what do you know about it to the moment?
Not that much. I mean, I know it exists. That's about it.
Like,
It's affecting decisions, and without you really knowing why you're making those decisions, stuff like that.
okay, basically it's like we have very powerful nervous system, and we have like a laser or the lamp which uh, light for us several just a part, the miserable part of our nervous system, and this light is our consciousness. Our consciousness process something like 2000 bits of information per second, and subconscious mind is processing 4 billion bits of information per second. It means that subconscious mind is 2 million times more powerful rather than consciousness. All, and all our memories, all our fears, all our emotionally charged situations are still sitting in our subconscious mind. We remember actually everything. You can remember, remember what was happening to you at the same day when it was the age of 5, because the neuron network have been already built, and this memory is still inside you. So if you would, if you can put your energy with laser precision at this neuron network, you will remember what will happen to you second by second. This is one part of the power of subconsciousness. And another part of the power of subconsciousness is that it actually creates our universe, it creates our reality. What does it mean? That we have 5 senses of feeling, like vision, hearing, smelling, tasting, and I remember this English word. So all this have the neurons, and our neurons send the same signal that you understand as reality. So basically, every millisecond we create our reality, and the good thing is that we don't need to manage it. However, the bad thing, it's very energy consuming. For example, if you will close your eyes, it saves you about 80% of your energy. During the sleep, you consume about 10 to 15, maybe 20% of your energy. It means that the huge amount of information is processed in your subconscious mind. And the third most important thing is that your body is actually fully managed by subconscious mind. For example, you do not see when you need to look at the right, you don't need to understand, you don't need to know which muscles you need to tense to move your head right. So basically it's a huge and perfect machine. It's unique. This is the good news. The bad news is that all our memories that are emotionally charged are managing our life. I mean that we create behavioral patterns that remind us certain situations, and during that lifetime we continue going in one circle or in one comfort zone inside our behavioral patterns. So when you want to change your life and get you to realize your dream, you need to go out of the comfort zone. It means you need to go out of your behavioral patterns. And your behavioral patterns, in most cases, prevent you from getting the pain. So when people are talking about, go out of the comfort zone, you need to go through your fears, and at the end of the fears, you will find the pain. So in fact, you need to break your pain. You need to process it, work out what we actually do. Do you have any other questions about subconsciousness?
No, I want to just continue. Thank you for the quick intro.
Okay. Joachim, hello.
Hello, Gleb.
Yeah.
How are you?
Just give me a couple ideas. Why do you decide to spend your valuable time with us, and what do you want to know?
Well, I'm very curious about, energy and the subconscious mind. I find a lot of people today, they have anxiety, and anxiety is very much something that people do not know where it comes from. It's free floating. This is, comes from the subconscious, and like you say, this comes from memories and the past. And I'm interested in, I suppose, what I find interesting is that, modern, I see this field of, say, NLP and coaching and this kind of thing where, we have coaching. But I also see that, a lot of people, if they only could work with reprogramming their subconscious, they'd be so free. And yet I find that traditional medicine, when you go to your doctor, or traditional therapy, this is not addressed necessarily, right?
Yeah.
But it's kind of like alternative coaching and NLP. They would address that. Now, if traditional science would embrace this, I think we would see strides, we would see healing, we would see so many people have their life improved. And I wonder if you have some perspective and opinions on why that is. Why is it that that it's so alternative, but yet it's so powerful?
Okay.
And why hasn't traditional schools, traditional medicine embraced this more? Because I think they should.
So let's start with the energy. What is the energy? On physical level, it's the blood flow. Blood flow inside your body, blood circulation. And when we're talking that people are energized, it means that their blood is full of oxygen, is full of vitamins, and full of neuromediators like dopamine, serotonin, adrenaline, etc. So what do we need, in fact, to be energized is to keep our blood full of these useful supplements. And usually it includes three main components. First of all, it's physical side. it includes breathing, and breathing is very important. I can say there are two things that are most important in breathing. First of all, you need to breathe by your lower stomach, and not the upper parts of your body. And second is that you need to always get access to the fresh air. I mean that you need to be outdoor as much as possible, especially if you are in the United States, because by some unknown reason in the United States, internal ventilation is circulating inside the house. It's not getting the fresh air. I don't know why it's happened, because all over the world, circulation of air in the house is taking the fresh air, but not in the United States. The second question is about which you raised. No, it's better to say after breathing. We can also talk about very good food, sleep, and exercises. Also, spending our time outside the city in the nature. So these components gives you better energy, better quality of energy, more oxygen, and more oxytocin, dopamine, and serotonin. As for two things about how to improve the energy level. Also, there is mental component and emotional component. Mental component includes the work with mentality. It's either going through the meditation, which is coming back to breathing in most cases, and I would recommend also to use master solutions technique, which directly address the subconsciousness. So basically, the script is a command for our subconsciousness to do this certain task for us. We will come to this a little bit later. And from emotional point of view, I also can put your attention on techniques like, for example, laughing. When you just sitting and laughing, it releases a lot of energy. So it's basically very powerful and very old technique. It's Buddhist technique. As for what you said about anxiety and stress, the root of anxiety is in the polarities. Do you know about polarities?
No, I have not heard about polarities. No.
Polarities or dualities. It's when you have the do you know in Yang thing?
Yin and yang, yeah, I'm
Yeah.
familiar with
White
yeah,
and black, right? And in the middle is the body. Actually, it's your mind. So your mind is divided everything in two parts automatically, like life and death, day and night, black and white. So our mind is jumping from one part of duality to another, and when you see this jumping, it is anxiety. So it eats a lot of energy, and when you have only one anxiety, yeah, it just simply eats your energy. But you have several anxieties at the same time, like every modern people have, it gives the stress. And a lot of stress gives depression. A lot of constant stress gives depression. When we are talking about subconsciousness, I'm very like NLP concept. However, when I studied, I understood that no NLP person becomes successful. The problem is that NLP by itself, it's very nice concept, but it takes also a lot of energy, because you need to keep a lot of attention, a lot of focus under constant control, under permanent control. So it doesn't give the results that we need. From my point of view, the results are not reprogramming of subconsciousness mind, but deprogramming. Deprogramming means that we remove, delete, release all negatively emotional charge emotions. For example, if you have some fear, everybody has a fear of death actually. Most of the people try to hide it, but in fact the fear of death is managed in our civilization. And it was implanted by Christianity, because or Abrahamistic religions. Because, for example, if you take another religion like Buddhism or Hinduism or Zoroastrianism, there is no fear of death, because death is imminent. Why should we fear it? But in Christianity or in other Abrahamistic religion, you have we have the meaning of hell. So if you behave wrongly, if you behave in bad, if you breaking the rules, you are going to hell. So you need to fear the death. And this fear of the death is also the part of our anxiety, because thousands of journalists, reporters, TV masters, they every day they provide some very bad news, and in this very bad news there are a lot of talks about the death. You're absolutely correct that NLP technique and all other techniques do not have a response to official mentality. And as far as I know, NLP guys, not only NLP by the way, Scientology guys also, they asked to get the grant and to have a scientific approach and to make the scientific research on quite a big number of people. However, by some reason, they didn't get the money. Why they didn't use their own money, I don't know. From my point of view, I know that, for example, master solution technique, which I used, it was used by thousands of people, but only myself have something like scientific approach. So I make the records when I'm talking with my coaches, and we can analyze it, which fear was produced, was worked out, was removed, and which fear not. Also the same is for guilt and shame. Also this is for traumas, for example. However, officially at the moment it will not be recognized, because the number of people which are in my coaching, for example, is very small. I'm not taking more than coaches at the same time. So at the moment I have more than 100 people, but I mean as my coaches, but you know, it's not so many. Did I respond to your questions?
No, I think so. Thank you very much, Clevin. I appreciate your time and for sharing your thoughts on that. I need to jump to a meeting, but thank you very much for your time. Really
Okay.
appreciate it. Thanks.
Nice
Bye.
to talk to you. Okay, bye bye.